There's no secret this word is creating more and more lonely men than ever. And undesirable men are suffering the most. Like this word is not the word that it was all like better. This word was never good, but it was better back then. I would say like 40, 50, 60 years ago that standards of women was lower. I mean, people like women back then, they had standards, but their standards compared to nowadays is like it's like a lot more different. Like back then, women wanted like you know as long as you were like taller than her, as long as you were chivalrous, as long as you know um you kind of know how to talk to her a little bit, you could just do fine. But nowadays, it's a whole another ball game. Nowadays, you have men who are completely invisible to women, who are like under 6 foot, who are not the most experienced, who are not the best looking, who are like they never had a girlfriend in their life, and they are over the age of 21. And women nitpick everything about a guy to dismiss him completely because she has just more options than stars in a galaxy. And any little thing, any little movement, any little things about you, any little flaws about you, it can it can completely like cast you out from the dating game. And you have to have money. You have to have a lot of money, not just money. You have to have a lot of money. You have to have a good career. You have to make above 6 figures. You have to your Johnson has to be over like 8 inches. You have to have like a fit body. You have to have like full head on hair on your head. You have to be exotic looking. You have to be basically a Chad or a Tyrone or a Chadriguez. And yeah, we have uh, Chads that are like Asians too. I don't know what people call them. Maybe they call them like chingas or something like that. I don't know, but they too. And unfortunately, we have social media that shove this standards and unreasonable expectations to women, and it's not making anything any better. Like if you're a guy, like it's so bad. It got so bad that if you're a guy in this era, that if you have like a lot of flaws about yourself, like let's say me, right? I have a lot of flaws in in myself because I'm not white, I'm not 6'3", I'm pretty short. I'm a virgin. I'm old. I'm 32. Um, I'm obviously don't have no experience. I'm socially awkward. I have mental issues. I'm not the best looking guy. I'm not muscular. I don't know how to throw punches, and I'm not making bank. And my Johnson is not 8 inches, so I'm not pegging down there too. So um, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have some people that are gonna disagree with me, but they already know better. But they try to like throw some stones and throw some bones at me, but it's all good, man. It's all good. You have your, you have your little opinions about yourself, so it's fine. I'm not gonna bite you or anything. So, but it's just like it's just all those things pushes a man to be alone, man. All those things, like you can't get a date, you just like going online dating, just swipe, swipe, swipe until your finger catches on fire on the screen, and it's just like it doesn't get you anywhere. You message like 80 girls a day, and none of them reply to you, or if they reply to you, the conversation dies out because that cunt is talking to like God knows how many other guys. I would say like probably she's talking at least to 15 to 20 guys besides you, and you're just adding up to it. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is that you can't come on the top if you're not a Chad, if you're not a stereotypical guy, you cannot come on the top, and that's where you just get left out, and it sucks, man. But that's just how the game is, that's just how the game is. And you have like some men going months, if not years, some men like me going decades without a date, without no intimacy, without no physical intimacy, and that's pushes them to the edge, man. Like that's just makes them go crazy, and they become alone. They spend nights, like long nights, and they spend a lot of nights alone. The weekends they're alone. All they do is just go to work and come home, and they're just like isolated and all that stuff, because obviously the standards of women. And then women, the funny thing is, women don't hold no accountability about this. Like they say like, oh, men are lonely because it's their fault, because they just like their attitude sucks, their mindset sucks, they should be a better human beings, they should like treat women better, they should be nicer people, and all that bull crap, like all that bull crap that women don't even believe in. They just like gaslighting us to the core, that we just gotta be a very great human beings to get a women in. But they don't understand, like it's our looks that we cannot get anything, man. Like my looks don't cut it, when it comes to women these days. Like average don't cut it, above average doesn't cut it. Maybe I mean above average does, but it's not that much. If you're not a top tier guy, you're just gonna be. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you're gonna get luck here and there, but it's just like if you're like below average or average, you're just not gonna get anything at all. And the crazy thing is, like even these short girls, or even these ugly girls, these fat girls, these girls with disabilities and all that stuff, they still want to chat. They still don't care about you as an average guy, bro. They just want the top of the top. Like every girl wants the top of the top. So I don't believe this freaking 90% of women going over top 10% of men. It's more like 99.9% of women going over like top 10% of men, and that's just how it is. And I think it's a pretty accurate number, because any girl that you see these days is walking around with a guy who's like below average. They most likely don't want to be with that guy. They just like be with that. They are being with that guy because he's providing money, he's providing security, he's providing something. He just like tells her what she wants to hear, help her out, all that stuff. That's because he's a utility. He's a maintenance man. That's why she's with him. And then like she's not with Chad because Chad is like screwing like 5 other girls at the same time. And Chad really doesn't want to commit to her. The only time like Chad wants her is like when his Johnson is up in the air. That's the only time that he wants her. That's the only time, bro, when it's bricked up. Otherwise, she doesn't exist to her, to him. She doesn't exist to him. He's too busy. Bro, he has so many other girls. Like he can pick and choose. That one girl is not really like important to him. That one girl is like he can forget about her like in like a couple days. And obviously, like if you're a guy like me, like guys like me, they're all over these girls, like all over the social media, like gassing their heads up. Oh my god, you're so beautiful, you're so this, that, the other. Oh my god, you're just queen, you're a queen, you're the best thing happened on earth. I'll do everything to have you. I'm gonna drink your piss. I'm gonna smell your farts in a jar. I'm gonna like put your panties on my pillow and sleep every night. All that stuff, but these guys, they're not getting anything, bro. I mean, maybe they're gonna get pity sex here and there, but that sex is not gonna be great, man, because these girls, they know, like, these girls, they don't care, bro. They don't care if they give you good sex, man, if you're an undesirable guy. Like, they're not excited about you, they're not like really, they don't really care about you like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they only care when they need something out of you. And yeah, man, like men like me are just like, they are prone to be like isolated and lonely and sexually frustrated, and people just always blame us. All the fingers are like on our faces, just like bazookas, all are like, everything we do is wrong, everything we say is unaccepted, all that stuff. We can't really say anything, we don't have no say so. And it's just like, it puts us in a really bad position. Like, if you go like years and years of isolation, years and years of not having anybody in your life, bro, that kind of mess up your that's gonna mess up your brain. It's gonna mess up your self-esteem and confidence. Like, it's gonna make you like not want to do anything. It's gonna make you not want to pursue anybody, not initiating anything, any conversation with anybody. And a lot of people don't understand this. Like we just have to, you know we just have to check so many check marks to just get into the door. Like, guys like us, we have to just, everything in our life has to be on point. Otherwise, we're just gonna be all alone. It's kind of funny, like 8 point something billion people in this world, and it's just like the only person that you have is yourself. Like, everybody, even if you're, as an average guy, if you have somebody, they're not gonna last long. They're eventually gonna leave you, they're gonna get tired of you, they're gonna get bored of you. If you have a girlfriend, she's gonna leave you, bro. She's gonna leave you for Chad. She's gonna left you broken and all that stuff. If you have friends, well, friends are never gonna last, bro. They're gonna move on, they're gonna find girlfriends, they're gonna go to another state, they're gonna like completely delete you out of their mind. Your family, you think your family is gonna be permanent? Guess what? Your family members, they're gonna do their own thing. They're not gonna be worried about you. Like, your family members, especially your mother, your father, whatever it is, they're gonna get older, they're gonna die, and you're gonna be all by yourself. Or sometimes, if they're still around, they don't want you to be around them. And they're gonna hate you because, like, you're a loser. You're a loser, and you can't provide no type of like help to them. And it's kind of funny because, like, people say like, oh, family love is unconditional. Guess what? No love for an average man is unconditional. No love, like nothing. Everything you do, if somebody's around you, I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody's around you, that means like they're getting something out of you. If somebody's around you, that means like you're providing something, to them, so they can keep you in their circle. Like, they tolerate you. And some men, they don't want to believe this, but it's okay, you know, like we gotta cope somehow, right? And as an average guy, you know, this society is the way that it doesn't matter what you do, you just never gonna catch a break. You can never like escape the loneliness, escape the isolation, because this world is making you isolated, you know? Because like they tell you like you're not this, you're not that, you can't be this, you can't be that, and all that stuff, and that makes you like alone, bro. That makes you lonely. And and everything is getting worse and worse. Nothing is getting better, man. Like if you're alone at the age of like 20, be prepared to be alone by the age of 30, you know? If you're alone by the age of 30, be prepared to be alone by the age of 50. And that's just how it is, man. Like the older you get, the worse things get, the more complicated things get, the people getting more complex and more messed up in the head. So it's putting you in the bad loop, you know, in this loop of like constant negative reinforcement, you know. And you know, a lot of times when men are lonely for decades, people are looking at them weird. You know, people are always like questioning them, telling them like, oh, this guy has mental issues, this guy has like, this guy's weird, this guy's crazy, this guy's insane, this guy's like a mass offer, you know, this guy's you know, uh this guy's a R-wordist, you know, like all that stuff, you know, like you just can be like live your life, and just people never gonna catch you, like never gonna give you a break, man. Like you can just live your life, and people are always gonna be on your neck, you know, like about something, you know, like people are always gonna question you. They're gonna tell you like, why is this guy so alone? Why is this guy cannot find anybody? Why is everybody has somebody and this guy doesn't have anybody? Like, why he doesn't have friends? Why he doesn't have a girlfriend and all that stuff? Why he doesn't have a wife? Why he doesn't have kids? Why he doesn't have like a social circle and all that crap, you know? But people don't understand like other people. The reason why you're isolated is because other people make you isolated, you know? When you're like you try to be cool with people and they just like look at you weird, you know, they just give you that look that who the hell are you and all that stuff, talking to me. When you know, you try to be cool with people and they think you're a weirdo. When you try to be nice to women and they call you a stalker, or they call you like a scumbag or something like that, you know, or they call you a simp. When when you do everything, it doesn't work out. Guess what? Who's the blame? You. And that makes things even more worse, because like you're already going through all these stuff. You already like you already try to do what people tell you to do, and you always fail because like whatever people say doesn't work, you know, because they're normies, they're trash, they're Stacy's, you know, they're women and all that stuff. They like it works for them, but it doesn't work for you, and it's no surprising because like you just like you don't have the look, you don't have the money, you just don't have you don't have the height, you don't have the correct race, you know, and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that just sucks, man. That's like you try your best to not be alone, and yet people pushing you to be alone, bro. You try to be like your best to like be like everybody else, but guess what? People will like sniff you out, and they already know like you're a TF feller, just putting up front, you know. And you know, like people are very judgmental, bro. People are very like they're very like vain. They're very like selfish and narcissist, like especially these days. And they don't, if any little thing wrong about you, they don't want to be around you. Like, and then like they have the audacity to tell you that you're the problem. And you know, you cannot reason with these people. You cannot be cool with them. You cannot joke with them and all that stuff, because if you say the wrong thing, now all of a sudden, like, everything is gonna go, like, very wrong. People are gonna look at you weird. They're gonna give you mean mugging and all that stuff. And that's another thing. Like, you just, like, you have to be social, but you have to use the right words and all that stuff. It's just, like, too much pressure. It's people, like, love to putting pressure on you. If you're an undesirable guy, just, like, they just give you endless amount of, like, shit tests. They're just gonna push your buttons. They're gonna push all your buttons. And they wonder why, like, some people snap, and they go crazy. They hurting somebody and all that stuff. Like, this society is just, like, is creating monsters, bro. This society is putting some men in a really bad situation that they have no escape. They just, like, it's like they're in a society, but they're in a prison. They're walking with a cage around them that they cannot do anything, man. They have a cage around them. They have like a freaking duct tape around their mouth, and you just cannot do anything. And it kind of sucks, man. This life is shit, man. This life is shit. Like, I've been alone for a long time. I don't have no friends. I've never been on a date for like 5 years, bro. Like 5 years, 5 freaking years, no friends, nothing, man. And always try to lie to people, bro. Like, people always say, like, what do you do this weekend? What do you do this weekend? Like, all that bullshit, like, why the hell do you care what am I doing this weekend? Like, I'm not doing your girlfriend, okay? If I'm doing your girlfriend, then you should care about it. But I'm not doing your girlfriend, so you better be shut the hell up. And people are very curious. Like, people want to, like, scoop you out, like, by asking you questions, like, what do you do this weekend? You don't have a girlfriend? Do you have a friend? How many friends do you have? This, that, and the other. Like, all these bullcrap, like, it's just like they wanna measure up their level of, like, respect towards you, and if like you don't check all the boxes, then they're gonna completely, like, alienate you, and they kind of completely, like, toss you to the curb, and they're not gonna talk to you. A lot of times, if you're not a guy that what people want, they're gonna like completely, like, isolate you, bro. They're not gonna consider you, and that's how you become alone. Like, women don't want to date you. Nobody wants to be your friend because of your looks, because of your status, because of your circumstances, because of your situation, because of your height, because of your economical background, because of your, like, social skills, because of, like, your family and all that stuff. People don't want to talk to you, and if you're a guy that you have a lot of shortcomings, guess what? It's gonna go downhill from that, like, like I said, we're not living in a perfect world, but people expect perfection out of you, like, people tell you, like, if you're not perfect, I don't want to be around you. But guess what? They're not perfect themselves. They have problems. They're, like, narcissists. They have issues. They're delusional. They're, like, freaking religious and all that stuff. That's another thing, religious makes you isolated too, because, like, it constantly tells you, like, oh, you gotta seek God, you gotta go to church. But guess what? If you go to church, people there are gonna isolate you too. You know what I'm saying? You think, like, people at church, they're great? Guess what? They're the worst people on the planet. They're the worst actors on the planet. They're the clowns of this planet, bro. Like, I freaking hate religious people. My mom is one of them. And she's delusional. She's delusional just like these church people. And the problem is that I've been to church, and guess what? None of these people wanted to be around me. None of them, especially women, especially these girls. None of them wanted to be around me. Yeah, they're just, like, putting on this fake smile towards me. Like, all right, I see that. I see, like, you're a human, but guess what? Don't talk to me. Don't approach me. No, or nothing. You just be around. Like, don't be around me. Like, when I'm standing over here, you have to stand on the other corner. Like, these are what the church people do. Like, If you go to work, guess what? You think like you're gonna make friends with your coworkers? Guess you have to think twice about that. Because you're not gonna make friends with your coworkers. Your coworkers are like not your friends, bro. Your coworkers are like your biggest enemies. Your coworkers are like out there to get you. Your coworkers are like, they're like scumbags, man. They're like just bunch of like freaking NPCs. They don't care about you. They're out there like freaking 9-10 hours a day that they hate their job, they hate the people around them, then you're one of them. You know? Like they try to make their day better but make your day worse. They try to pick on you, they try to like they try to put you down, they try to get you fired, and you cannot be cool with them, man. You cannot be cool with them, but you have to have like some type of balance. That's the worst thing. You have to have like a balance. You cannot be terrible with them because you're gonna get fired and you're gonna get into a fight. And you cannot be too nice to them because they're gonna push you around, they're gonna punk you around, they're gonna make fun of you, they're gonna pick on you, they're gonna bully you. So you gotta find somewhere in the middle, which is very difficult, but that's just how it is. You think like you can't make friends with your classmates? Your classmates don't want to be there. Your classmates are there just to get a degree and get out of there, Get out of there, like screw their girlfriends and all that stuff. They don't want to be around you. Yeah, you have to be cool with them because like you're there for like what? Like a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? So you're around people who can't stand you and you can't stand them. But you gotta be there, because that's just how life is, you gotta live. And people wonder why nobody wants to go to school, nobody wants to work and all that stuff. Especially like millennials. Like, because I'm a millennial. Like, I was born in 1992. And I'm a millennial. But guess what? I freaking hate this generation, bro. I freaking hate this generation. I fucking hate Gen Z. I fucking hate Gen Alpha. I fucking hate Gen Beta. I fucking hate whatever the generation that is gonna come after it. Generation shit. Generation faggots. Generation fucking narcissists. Whatever it is, Whatever they're gonna call them. Like, I fucking hate them, bro. I even hate my own generation. I hate these fucking millennials too, because they think like they're too better. Even though they're old. They're getting old, man. They're fucking getting old, bro. Like, these fucking girls, like, they're getting old. Like, they're in their 30s, 32, 33 fucking years old. They still demanding a chat. They still, like, looking down upon me. They still telling me, like, I'm freaking old and all that stuff. And I haven't, like, accomplished anything. Or, bitch, what about yourself? You've been whoring around your whole life. You've been like fucking getting digged down left, right, center by all these Chads and Tyrones. Now you're still demanding a Chad and you're looking down upon me just because I don't have too much experience, just because like bitches like you always isolating me, just because bitches like you always looking down upon me, just because bitches like you have some unrealistic expectations out of me, just because like, I don't fit in to your imaginary fucking checklist. And you just trying to tell me like I'm a loser? What about you? You're spreading your legs, you fucking have a tunnel down there. Like fucking a 18-wheeler can fucking pass through that bullshit, man. And you still like telling me like, oh, I'm worthless, I'm a scumbag, I'm a piece of shit, I'm not a human being? Really? But anyways, man, it's just like, I know this was a little rant because I'm kind of frustrated, right now. It's it's a very fucked up world we live in, and it's just like every time we go out, every time I go out I get mean mugged. Every time I go out, people give me dirty looks and all that stuff. Some people are staring at me until I stare them back, and all that stuff, and until something bad happens, until like we get down or something. This we catch a fade or something. People want me to fight them because like they think like they can beat me up and all that stuff. It's just one of those things, man. If people think like they can disrespect you, if people think that they can beat you up, if people think like they can get away with doing whatever they want to you, guess what? You're gonna be isolated. You're gonna be fucking like, you're just gonna get like tossed around, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. You're just gonna be invisible. You're just like, nobody's gonna fucking care about you, and that's just how it is, man. And I'm be honest with you, bro. It just sucks. You know, this life that we're living, it sucks, man. Like these women, they give you like nasty looks and all that stuff. When you pass by them, they think like they want to vomit when you pass by them, like because you're not 6 feet tall. I'm like, bitch, you know, you're gonna be a future single mother. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you gonna have like a fucking douchebag boyfriend that beat your ass? You know, but you want that because you don't want like lower your standards. You know, and you think like Chad is gonna be committing to you? She's gonna like fucking. He's gonna like load up in you, get you pregnant, and he's gonna like screw other women, you know, like, and you're gonna come back and like, oh, all men are scumbags, all men are terrible, all men are the same. Where are the good men? Guess what, bitch? Good man was like trying to talk to you, and you fucking treat him like shit. You know, you treat him like garbage. You know, you treat him like a fucking a dead mouse on the side of the road. You know, that's how you treat them. You know, and now the you got fucked up. You know, now you're becoming a single mother. Now you've been ran through. Now you've been like using excessive drugs and shit. You know, now you want to say like all men are the same. Now you want to put all men in the category. That's how you know like these women ain't shit, bro. That's how you know. I don't care if they're Western, they're European, they're Asian, they're African, they're Latina, whatever the fuck they are. They're all the same, bro. They're all the same. They ain't shit, bro. They have the same mindset. They have like a snatch between their legs that bleeds like once a month for like a week, and they just like they have mood swings. They can't control their emotions. They're very fucked up. They have mental issues. They have narcissism. They get like hundreds of messages from different guys and boost up their ego, boost up their self-esteem. They want to be on OnlyFags, you know, like fucking faggots are only like sending them money and bullshit and I'm making them rich. Now they think like, oh, they're better than every man. They're looking down upon us because I'm driving a Nissan and they're driving a fucking Mercedes by like fucking doing OnlyFans, you know, like all these fucking men, you know, all these retarded ass men paying them, making them rich, and they looking down upon us, man. Fucking hate this word, bro. And if you're an average guy, you have too much to lose, bro. Like you have too much to lose. Like you can't, yeah, like you can't go like at the gatherings and stuff to make friends because nobody's like care about you, bro. Nobody knows you over there. Nobody cares about you, and you're just gonna like go there by yourself, you know, and get disappointed. A lot of people say like, oh, if you want to find a girlfriend, if you want to find friends, go to clubs and bars. Guess what? Those are the worst places to meet people, bro. Those people don't work. If you're not a Chad or Tyrone, those places are not gonna work because like there gonna be a lot of like whores over there. There gonna be a lot of Chads over there. There gonna be like a lot of Stacys over there, like there. And then you as average guy going there, you gonna be a freaking Pinocchio over there, looking like fucking like what's that motherfucker? You're gonna be one of those Despicable Me characters over there, bro. They're gonna look at you and like funny and all that. They're gonna fucking make fun of you. They're gonna like they're gonna tell you like they're gonna tell each other like who's this weirdo over here? Get them out of here, call the cops on you, like all that stuff. Get into a fight with you, having beef with you and all that stuff because they don't want to see you around. They don't want you to be around and all that stuff, you know, and vast majority of people on this planet are pieces of shit anyway, you know, so you can't really like count on them, you can't really rely on them, you can't really make friends with them, you can't be cool with them. Like 99% of women on this planet are just like fucking whores, you know, they're just like bunch of like bitches that demand a guy who's like 6'5" and all that stuff, and any guy who's under 6'5" or 6 feet tall, they think like he's a girl or something, he's a bitch, he's a punk, he's useless, he's just you know, he's not manly enough and all that, he's not masculine and all that bullshit, he can't do nothing for her, all that stuff. The whole time they're fucking whoring themselves around until like they're 45, 50 years old, and they're getting their fucking vaginas wider and wider and demand like bigger dicks because like that shit is so super wide, you know. Every weekend they go out and they get digged down by these Chads and Tyrones, man, and they rejecting guys like us, you know. They looking down upon guys like us, and they wonder why we're isolated. They wonder why we're just like all by ourselves. They're always telling us like, all these normies telling us like, why you're so alone. We're like, because everybody's fucking the same. Oh, you're looking at the wrong places. Oh, you're looking at the wrong people. You have to get yourself around the good people. You have to get yourself around the right people. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no right people around. You can't, like, where are the right people? Show me. Show me where are the right people. Show me where are the right women. They're definitely not online. They're definitely not on church. They're definitely not on fucking like clubs. They're not on bars. Where are they then? Where are they? Eastern Asia? Where are they, bro? Can somebody explain it to me? Europe? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like it's a fucked up deal, bro. Like it's a fucked up deal that we have to deal with, and you weren't chose to be born. You know, that's another thing. You weren't chose to be born. You didn't choose your height. You didn't choose your race. You didn't choose your fucking family. You didn't choose your friends. Like, I mean, yeah, you chose your friends, but but you didn't choose your genetics. You didn't choose your eye color. You didn't choose nothing, bro. You didn't choose nothing. You didn't choose your environment that you're gonna grow up. You didn't choose the place that you're gonna born. You didn't choose none of that. You didn't choose your uncle, your like freaking aunts, your grandma, your grandpa. You didn't choose none of them. But you just tossed to this word and everybody tells you that, oh, figure it out. But anyways, man, this became a long drawn out rant, but hopefully I didn't bore you guys to death. You know, hopefully like you guys enjoy it actually. But it's kind of like it's very frustrating, man. And, like you know, it's just like every day going through this stuff and everybody's just blaming me. Everybody's just looking down upon me. Everybody's just questioning me. You know, my whole manhood has been questioned for years and decades, you know. And it's frustrating, bro. It's very like it's very demoralizing. Like I can't catch a break from this shit, man. Like I'm just like it gets me to the breaking point at this point, man. Like it's just like I try my best not to snap. I try my best not to lose my mind, but it's just like dealing with these people is just it's nothing but torture, man. It's nothing but torture, and you guess what? You have to be around people because you can't just survive without being around people. You know, you're gonna die. You know, like you're gonna be homeless and shit. You know, and your situation is gonna be 10 times worse. And but yeah, man. So like I said, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and hit the like, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, you know, um, and that's it, man. That's it. I'm signing out.